Hey, what's up guys, this is Martin here. Just wanted to record this quick video for you guys because I believe this is gonna solve a lot of your problems. A lot of people are dealing with this issue today. And so it's gonna be about the two voices that we have inside our head. And some of you might ask, well, what are those voices? Let me explain. The first voice that we have is the authentic voice of you, the badass voice. It's the voice that is telling us to go and make that sale. Go and smash it. Go after your dreams. Chase your goals. Make that approach. Go and get that girl or woman. Go after that man, or if you're a woman yourself. You know, make that connection. Do that workout. Do the reps. Stick to your diet. You're better than this. You can actually accomplish this. Eat that meal. Don't cheat. Stick to your program. You're the best, etc. It's the encouraging voice that all of us have at times. But there's also the other voice that we have, and it's called the bitch voice. And some of you might have heard about it before. It's the voice that is telling us to skip that workout. It's not that important, you know. Let's say you want to approach a beautiful woman, and the voice is telling us, you know what, she's not that pretty. She probably has a boyfriend. Or if you're a woman, like it's probably telling you, don't go for that man. He's probably a cheater, right? He's a liar. Or if you want to go to the gym, you know, don't make that workout. Don't go after that workout. You're so tired today. You had such a bad day today. You know, your wife is telling you that you should go and mow the lawn, right? Or, you know, you want to make that new job connection. It's telling you to no, you're not good enough for this job. What are you good at? You're not good enough. You're less talented than the other candidates. Like, you have no chance. You're not good enough. You're weak, etc. It's discouraging you and taking the power away from you. And everybody who's watching this has dealt with this at some point. I'm sure about this. Whether you've dealt with it in the past, or you're currently dealing with it, or I'm sure you're gonna deal with this a lot in the near future. For sure. This is unavoidable. Anybody who wants to have a better life is gonna, not just a better life, but in life in general, everybody's gonna deal with this. But the key to all of this is to make sure that the badass voice takes control over the bitch ass voice. That's the key to everything. Because a lot of you guys are not even aware of this, but the bitch voice is essentially stealing your dreams away. It's taking the power away from you. It's slowly, day by day, procrastinating your dreams. Wow, yeah, I know that hurts. It's literally like it's a thief. And this is like no one really likes to talk about it, but it's a real legitimate thing. This is very much tied to procrastination, and it's the biggest killer of dreams there is. I mean, how many people do you know who are always, who always, wanted to lose that weight? They always wanted to build muscle. They always wanted to make that new business. They always wanted to, improve their relationships. They always wanted to buy that new car. As this is especially evident in New Year's, where people have these ambitions, they have these wishful goals, right? They're not really goals. It's just wishes, basically. Because there's a difference between a wish, or like a lustful imagination, and a goal. Like, a goal is something that you've actually planned to the beat. A dream is just a dream. It's just some imaginary thinking in disguise. That's really all it is. But if you follow it up with a plan, Now it becomes a goal. Now it becomes probable. So, how do we take control over our voice? Well, it's very simple. I mean, I've dealt with this so many times in my life, and everybody, even very successful people deal with this from time to time. But you just want to make sure that you win those battles as much as you can, because you're not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen, even if you're a top person. So, the first step to overcoming this battle is to become aware of it. That's the very, very first step. You need to have that clarity, and you need to have this awareness of the problem that you have. That's the first step. Be aware of that bitch voice. Be aware that it's slowly creeping in and taking away your power. Slowly swaying you off your path. You have to become aware of it. Because this is how most people live their lives. Most people, when they have this small battle in their brain, like they're having tanks that are fighting inside their head, most people lose that battle. Most people succumb to the bitch voice. The bitch voice has them on a leash, like a dog, right? It's manipulating them and steering them away. So become aware of it. Like whenever you want to do something, whenever you want to, let's say, go for a walk, you want to do some outdoor cardio. If it's telling you to not do it, or it's telling you, the weather is bad today, don't do it. It's rainy today, it's windy, it's snowy, or you're tired. You have a swollen ankle. You have a knee injury. Yes, some of those excuses are actually valid, but most of the time they're not. You're just basically trying to, your brain is basically trying to justify your lack of actions. That's really what's happening. You're justifying your lack of actions to feel better. So become aware of it. And the second step is to overcome that voice. Battle it. Whenever you feel that this little voice creeps in your head, you got to tell yourself, I'm not saying you have to actually tell it, say it out loud, but whenever it says to you, skip this, don't do it, you got to respond with, no, fuck you, I'm doing it. I am doing it. No matter how I feel, no matter if I had a bad day, no matter what's happening to me, I'm not opting out. I am doing it. And that's how you got to respond. See what I did here? You're taking charge of your own life now. And you need that. And the third step is to win those battles as much as you can. Keep a streak of winning battles. That's all you need. Really. Make sure that the day counts as a win. And the win doesn't have to be a big thing. The win, for some people, might be something small. If you can't stop overeating, then a win for you might be to not eat that pizza. To eat that rice and chicken instead of, that pepperoni pizza. That's a win for you. For some people, it might be to follow up with 5 prospects in sales. Right? It's all subjective, because for some people, what's hard and what's easy is all subjective. For some people, reading a book is very easy. Going to, talking to strangers on the street is very easy. But for some people, it is very difficult. Some people can't even make eye contact with strangers. So at the end of the day, it's all subjective to a lesser or a greater degree. So that's how you battle it. First step, become aware of it. Second, win that battle as much as you can. And third, keep that streak of winning. And that's it. It is just like a muscle. It's a very similar thing to discipline. Just like that Jocko guy, I can't remember his full name. It's the military guy. He said that discipline is a muscle. It can be taught and it can be improved. It is not something you're born with. Yeah, sure. I mean, some people are born in or been born to certain circumstances where they had to practice that muscle a lot more. Like their parents lived a very strict and rigid life. They had a certain regime that they had their kids go through. And some people had a much softer and easier life. But at the end of the day, it can be improved. It is not something you're born with. Like, quit that bullshit. If you believe that this is something you're born with, no. Like, if you look at someone who is winning big at life, someone who has an amazing body, someone who's making a lot of money, someone who has his shit together, it's not due to luck. They weren't born that way in most cases. But they made a conscious decision. They made a conscious choice to go anyway. That's the difference. Like, it's really that simple. That's the secret to everything. And people, people want to, like, I'm not going to get into the politics stuff, but it's crazy. Like, the media, the society wants you to believe that you're not powerful, that you're weak, that you don't have it in you, which is, it's complete bullshit. I'm telling you this right now. You are way, way, way more powerful than you think. It's just that you haven't flourished yet. You're asleep, basically. It's like a Ferrari in a garage. It doesn't matter how fast that Ferrari is. If that Ferrari stays in that garage, it is never gonna reach its full potential. And there are people out there who are much less talented than you, who've come from worse conditions than you, people who didn't have the connections that you have, people who are much more stupid than you, people who never had the predispositions that you have, the natural predispositions, who are winning big at life, who are much smaller than you, people who are much less qualified than you. They're winning and you're not. Right? I mean, this is a crazy thing to believe, but it's true. So guys, I'm gonna end the video right here, but make sure to win the day. Like, focus on the small things every single day. Don't think about the big steps. Focus on mastering your day. Focus on doing the things that are in your absolute control. You can't control the outside world, but you can control how you respond. You can control your mind. You can control your attitude towards life. That's your superpower. That's the separator between us and animals. So go and get what you want. Some of you guys deserve such amazing things in life, but you don't believe in yourself. So start with the small things. And if you keep that streak, you're gonna start to make drastic changes in your life. So wish you all the best.